I just can't believe how many blackberries these vines are producing. When we planted these a couple of years ago, I really had no idea they were going to be this bountiful. This variety is called Washita. It's an American Indian series of blackberry varieties that was produced in the late 1980s by the University of Arkansas. And there's some outstanding varieties in this series. Once they started growing, it was time to start thinking about what kind of support we were going to give them. So later in that year, in the summer, we set posts along the rows and then ran 3 wires so that we could weave the vines of the blackberries in through them to keep them off the ground. And you can see it's working very well. Now, we planted several different varieties, not just this thornless Washita. We also planted Arapaho and one called Chickasaw that does have thorns. Now I wish we'd planted some of the other tribes out here in the garden. Now realize you don't have to plant this many blackberries to be able to enjoy them in your home garden. With this much fruit production on just a few vines, well, you can see how many berries you can produce in a limited space.
When you first plant your plants, the first year you will not get no berries off there. And very seldom you might have a few blooms off the vines, but you will not pick very many. So don't discourage about that. The second year, some of these right here are this new growth. This is what you'll pick on next year. These are you should at least get in the first year, say 3-foot growth. And some of these, like these, won't be upright. First year, most of your blackberries will be more of a vine type, raised to your side. After the first year, the second year, when they first start come up, they'll come up like this right here and like here. We've had them get as big as your thumb, come straight up, and you know, grow up to, like we talked about earlier, 7-8 foot tall. But like I say, we recommend you pinch the tops of them out when they get 5-6 feet like that. They'll make new growth, come out wide, and like we said earlier, there be more berries on it. When you start to prune them, you can tell the difference by the brown canes compared to the green canes. The green canes are what you'll pick on next year, and the brown ones are what you will cut out. And when you go down here close to the ground, you need to cut them as low as the ground as possible. And the brown ones are what you prune out, and these are what you will leave. This vine here is a new growth from this spring, came up in the springtime. And to get more lateral growth on them, we pinched this top out, take about 1 inch or 1.5 inches, and just pinch it out like that, and that'll make new growth come out on the side of the vines, which we feel will give you more berries. Keep your rows nice and neat and pull these back. We just run a simple trellising of twine down through here, and we'll just take these and put them back up underneath your string. Also at the same time, that's when you can start pinching them, but that keeps them back out of your way where you can access the berries easily. It's just a lot easier to take care of your plants and harvest your berries if they're in a nice, neat row like this one is.